Good day, wonderful viewers. It's chemistry class with Sochi, and in today's video, we'll be looking at Graham's law of diffusion. Now, I've done a video on Boyle's law, and I've also done a video on Charles' law and iode gas equation. So, if you want it, you can check it in my playlist below. Now, this law was discovered by a man called Thomas Grahams in the year 1833, sorry. Now, this law states that the rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of its vapor density. So, it is written mathematically as R inversely proportional to the square root of its vapor density. That is the D. So now, this R is known as our rate of diffusion. Okay, and it is volume over time. Now, this is our vapor density. Okay, now so the full formula to the question is R1 over R2 equals to square root M2 over square root M1. So this R1 is the rate of diffusion of the first gas. So this M2, M1 is the molecular mass, the molar mass. Now, let's look at the question under this particular law. They said a gas X diffused through a porous partition at the rate of 2.5 centimeter cube slash s, that is seconds, under the same conditions. Hydrogen diffused at the rate of 10 centimeter cube per second. Calculate the relative molecular mass of the gas. Now, the gas they're talking about is this gas X. They didn't tell us what the gas represents, whether it is oxygen or it is any gas. They didn't tell us. So now, how do we get the relative molecular mass of this gas X? This is what we are going to do. Solution. Remember, the formula is what? R1 over R2 equals to square root M2 over square root M1. So this R1 means the rate of diffusion. So we're going to get that of the gas X and also the R2 of what? Hydrogen. So now for R1, volume over time. Now, we don't need to get the rate of diffusion again. Do you know why? Because I said the rate of 2.5 centimeter cube slash s, meaning centimeter cube is the volume and s is the time. That is the rate of diffusion of gas X. So we don't need to do volume over time like the other way. So R1 now will be what? 2.5 over R2 is what? That is for hydrogen, which is 10 centimeter cube slash or per seconds. 10 equals to square root M2. M2 is what? Our second molecular mass, which is what? Hydrogen. And hydrogen is what? 2. That is the molar mass of hydrogen. Then over, they ask us to get the relative molecular mass of gas X. So just take it as square root. What I'll do from here now is to divide 2.5 by 10. Then this will give me 0.25. And 0.25 is same thing as what? 1 over 4. So I'll just write as what? 1. So I have it over here. 1 over 4 equals to square root 2 over square root m1. This times this times this. So I have square root m1 equals to 4 square root 2. Now I want to clearly remember this. We are looking for the molar mass. And now I have square root m1 equals to 4 square root 2. Now, in order for me to get this m1, I'm going to square both sides. So this cancel this will cancel this, and I'm going to have 2 up here. Look at it. 4 square root 2 times 4 square root 2. 4 times 4 is what? 16. Then square root 2 times square root 2 give you what? Just 2, because square root 2 times this will give you 2 times 2 is what? 4. Square root of 4 is what? 2. So 4 times 4, 16. Square root 2 times square root 2 will give you what? 2. So 16 times 2 give you 32. M1 equals to 32. So that is the relative molecular mass of the gas. And the gas in question is what? Sulfur. Now I'm going to leave you with this question. Okay, now this is the question. They said it takes 60 seconds for 120 centimeter cube of a gas Y to diffuse through an aperture and 40 seconds for 100 centimeter cube of oxygen gas to diffuse through the same aperture. What is the relative molecular mass of gas Y? Now I want you to do this and tell me your answer in the comment section.